You had a few accidents. Can we talk about that? Let's talk about the first one.
Okay.
Take me through that whole day, the beginning to the end.
Okay. So my first accident I had was with me, my 10-year-old daughter, and my cousin. And me and my cousin were basically doing Amazon Flex, and we were going to the hub down like 40th Street in West Philly. So we had picked up a couple orders that day, and then did those orders. We left, went back home. We picked my daughter up and said, hey, we're going to do some more orders for the rest of the, because you'll break up your time. So we on an order, and we're driving in West Philly, and we hear like the fire trucks coming. So I was always told you can't beat a truck. So I pulled over because it was an ambulance and a fire truck in front of us, and then there was one behind us. So I look out my rear view, and I see that the truck is like coming. It's like whipped the corner. It like the way it came around the corner was like this, like as if it was like tipping over a
Like
little
it
bit.
swung.
Yeah, it swung. So I'm like, oh wow, like let me move over. Something. I'm like something bad must have happened. So I pull over, and I'm like, I'm waiting for the truck to come. So we just sitting in the car talking. We're having an issue with the Amazon Flex order. So my cousin is on the phone with Amazon Flex trying to resolve an issue. So my daughter in the back seat. So it's me as the driver, my daughter sitting behind me, and my cousin is in the passenger seat. And I'm parked kissing the curb. Like I'm nowhere in the street. And the fire truck is a block away.
Okay.
So we just sitting there talking, and next thing you know, we just was up. Like I drive a Chrysler, like a van.
Right.
And the van is on all four. Next thing I know, we're like linked on two. And we got hit by the ladder fire truck. So that's the biggest truck. So basically the wheels kind of like lifted us up. I don't know, but we went on two. And then once the truck got off of us, we were back on four. It was like a side swipe, but we got lifted. So we're like this in the car, like pushed. And it was February. It was very cold that day, like very windy. And the fire truck kept going. They didn't even know they hit us, I guess.
Okay.
So it was a witness. Two witnesses we had was a guy was like they were like that one of the neighbors was like they were driving entirely too fast, and yeah, he just dropped us, and the noise, because you gotta understand they're going on a call, and I just don't understand how we got hit when we were trying to be cautious, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't want to be in the middle of an ambulance and a fire truck, so I pulled over. So it still bothers me, like how did I get hit when I was avoiding, like.
Well, I mean, it could have been a rookie that day. It could have been, not making any kind of excuses for, you getting hit by the fire truck. So, okay, now that you guys are in the accident, was, did you guys take him to court, like sue and things like that?
Yeah, I'm just kind of disappointed with the city of Philadelphia. I feel like first of all, the first responders was like, we got, when you called, like, oh, we just got hit by a fire truck. It was on its way to a call. So the ambulance that pulled up, they didn't care about us getting hit. They wanted to know if I had my registration. They didn't care about us as a people. The whole thing, oh, get hit for money is a whole like joke. Like you don't want to be hit at all, because
Right.
you're not going to get rich off of getting hit by in the city of Philadelphia. So all our life, oh, call this lawyer, call that lawyer. It's not worth it. The trauma that you endure, the trauma my daughter endures, the trauma I still deal with, the trauma my cousin deals with, and the lack of care for black women and children is real. Like nobody cared that we got hit by that fire truck. It was like, where's your registration? Where's your insurance? And it was like, listen, I'm legit. Can I get to the hospital? I was on the side of impact, and they made me get out and walk. So they made me get out and walk. They didn't get a stretcher for me.
You were treated unfairly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I had to call. I have it all documented. I have it all on video. I'm a vlogger. I'm a YouTuber. So I never really put it out there because at the time, you know, you're fighting a case, so you want it out there. Plus, you don't want the attention. I'm one of those people who's like, when people know that you're going through stuff, sometimes they praise your downfalls. So sometimes, like, you really do suffer, like, in silence. You keep it to yourself. Because everybody got something going on, and you know, ever since the pandemic, it's been rough for everybody. So it's like, if it ain't one thing, it's another. So you just learn how to just deal with things and just keep it to yourself.
Just the horrific feeling of getting, you know, swiped or hit by a fire truck. You know, that's mind blowing in itself. Mm-hmm. You know, and that, for you to actually experience that, you know, I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine.
You know what was hard is that when people see the car, they'll say like, "Oh, it don't even look like it was a bad hit." It was like I got hit from the back, like the corner panel, but it went all the way up to the front. Whereas though my door, I couldn't even open my door. They had to like pull my door open. So, and then like I said, it bust both of my tires, so I couldn't even move. It hit me and dropped me where I was at, and I just feel like people, they look at visual things and they just think, oh, it don't look that bad. Looks can be deceiving. And like I said, the sound, my spine, I have a pinched nerve in my neck between C5, C6. I have issues in my lumbar spine, L4, L5. It hurts to sit down. And then these lawyers are sending you to a chiropractor, but that's not, you need to really go to like an orthopedic doctor. Arthritis doesn't set in for a while, so you don't even know how messed up you are. And if you do go to pain management to get, you know, any type of help, and you're taking any type of Percocet or gabapentin, when you go to the ER for pain, they treat you like you're an addict. They treat you like that. So it's like, I don't know. I was like, I don't want to. I would go there like, oh, I'm in pain. Can you do some imaging? It's like, oh, you're just here for drugs. I was like, no, I'm not here for drugs. Just because I get prescribed. At the time, I was getting prescribed those drugs to the point where it's like, I was like, yeah, I don't want it no more. I was like, you can stop my Percocets. I don't want it. I don't want any of it. I'm gonna figure it out on my own, because I wanted to work anyway. And certain jobs you can't be on those pills. Like I wanted to drive the school kids, so you cannot take Percocet if you're driving school kids. So I said, yeah.
And at that time, you pretty much kind of banking on that lawyer money.
No. See, a lot of people would think that you're just banking on lawyer money, but I knew that the city wasn't going to do us right. Like, everybody knows the city is not going to do you right. You would think that they would, you know, you would think, but they didn't. I feel like my lawyer, he made out better than me and my cousin.
Meaning he got like more of the profit.
Yes, like he got more of a profit, and he didn't even like go after the money from my daughter. So basically that's something that we would have to pursue later on. So I like, no, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You'll think that you'll get treated better, but it's the same as if you got into a regular car accident.
Your second incident, what was that about?
I used to sell cars on Facebook, and I was on my way to show a car. I was like, they're my kid's father cars, so I would, you know, post the cars, or he would post the car and I would go show the car. Okay. And I was on Belmont and Girard Avenue, and I was on the phone, like with my earphones in my ear, and I was having a conversation. I was being yelled at, and it just messed up my whole energy. And I walked in the street, and I got hit by a box truck. And the box truck just kept going, just like the fire truck kept going. So I'm just like, damn, like they didn't even know they hit me. And me and the guy who I was showing the car to, we both had been walking in and out the street. So I felt like I had enough space. I was about to get in the back seat of the car to do a test run with him for the car. And I just got clipped. And I didn't realize how bad it was until other people told me how bad my accident was I have a video, so they look at the video.
Now, where was this at? Like it was on a busy street. Like, where was this at?
Yeah, it's a busy street, so not too far from the Philadelphia Zoo. Girard Avenue was a really big intersection.
Yes,
so,
it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, so I was basically the intersection that has like the trolleys. And it has a lane for cars.
Right.
So normally, I think the speed limit right there is only like 25 to 30 miles per hour.
Right.
The box truck was going faster than that. So it's like the middle of the truck hit me, but I don't know, like I didn't see the truck. But because I used to drive school kids in a van, I know that you're supposed to be able to see at least 2 blocks ahead of you. So I don't understand how they didn't see me. And there's another thing, like the cop come, I talked to the cop. I'm like, because I got up. Like once I got hit, the guy helped me back up. I was up.
Right. That the guy in the box truck.
The guy I was showing the car to that was trying to buy the car.
Okay. Did you get rushed to the hospital right after that? Or?
No. I actually still did the test drive with the car and everything. Like
after you got hit by that truck?
Mm-hmm. I was still trying to sell the car.
Wow. Wow. When you got up, you proceeded to try to sell it. Still continue with the ride with the potential person that will be buying this car, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Are you in pain?
No.
You didn't feel no pain after that?
No, I had like a gash on my buttocks. That's where most of my hit took. I had a hoodie on. I just took it off and wrapped it around myself and got in the back seat and still did a test drive. I think I was in like shock, but I just was like over it. I'm like, come on, let's just finish this up. Like, do you still want to, buy the car? I was just like.
Where's your mental at that place?
What do you mean?
At that time that it happened, where's your mental at? Is you on, were you numb to certain things? In this particular situation, you just became numb quickly?
I felt like I was numb, but I also felt like I was in survival mode. Because it was like, if I sell this car, then it's a profit for me and my kids.
But you're not even thinking about your health, your well-being.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
No, I was just thinking about, we need to sell this car because we need money.
Right.
And that was the plan that morning. Like, I started out that day, like, I had a box in my hand that had a headrest in it. And I stepped in dog poop, and I didn't even know it. So the person who met me with the car was like, "Oh, Sophie, you look like you stepped in dog poop." I'm like, "Oh man." So it's really like I started out having a shitty day, seriously. So
right.
It was just like, dang, like I can't believe, like when I was on the ground, like I said, I was on the phone, was having a conversation. It was an argument. Cause I just was like over it. Like I was mad. So I think because I got hit while I was mad, it was just like whatever. Like I was just like, come on, let's hurry up, get this done, and then
You can't. Yeah, I tell people all the time. If you get injured or if you like you just hurt, and especially when you're on the job, listen to your body because your body speaks a lot of volume to you. It gives you fair warnings and everything. So you got hit by the box truck. Did you proceed to go to seek medical attention after that?
I turned. So after that person, he didn't buy the car. I called the cops. I had them come out. I went to the lot that was right there. It was a car lot right there. Checked the video. So I talked to the cop for a minute, and then a family member, my cousin, she had called my kid's grandfather, and he actually came to get me. But I drove my car to his house, and then he drove me to the hospital.
Okay.
And then my cousin, she came to sit with me at the ER, and I went home the same day. But my biggest thing was like I didn't look, like I didn't look, and I have a video of it. I didn't look to the left, like I wasn't aware of my surroundings. So I kind of blame myself for not protecting myself, because you, as a parent, you teach your kids to look both ways.
Yeah.
And even though I didn't, the way the intersection is, I didn't feel like I had to do that, because I was in and out that street. Like on the video, you see us walking the street, we're looking at the car, we had enough space. I just didn't think to just look again before I walked in the street. And the trauma I deal with from that accident is the fact that a lot of people that I love and I care about, they always just was like, oh, you didn't even look. So I feel like at my funeral, if I would have passed away, that's what, she didn't even look. She just walked in the street. You know what I mean? Then I was, like told that, oh, you tried to commit suicide. And I was like, no, I wasn't trying to commit suicide. I literally was just trying to sell a car and do a test drive, and I walked in the street and I got hit. So I was definitely numb from the whole situation.
I was just about to ask you that.
Yeah.
Like, how were you, like, emotion wise?
Yeah, I was numb. I didn't even cry about it. Like, and I feel like nobody cared. Like, besides my kid's grandfather, obviously my children, when they found out, my cousin, she cared, but nobody else pulled up. My mother was my only visitor at my house. She came to see me one day. She had to go to work, but she was the only person who came to see me. So basically I had to lean on my older two children, my son and my daughter. My son's 21 now and my daughter is 14, but this happened a year ago almost. So next month,
close.
Yeah, next month, March 16th, 2024 is when I got hit. So next month it will actually be a year.
Wow.
That I got hit. So
let me ask you something. Did you seek therapy?
I haven't had any therapy from that accident. Physical or mental?
Both.
Neither one.
Did that put you in a space where you just like you develop a certain type of fear?
I noticed that I have like neural issues. So like, which I was already getting treatment for that from the first accident. So I was seeing a neurologist from my first accident, and I just noticed that it kind of made it worse. So basically I'm real fidgety, like flinch, like I'll flinch. Yeah, I have like if I'm in a car, I have to be like the driver. I can't be the passenger. So I'm good as long as I'm driving.
You
but
good.
I can drive. But if somebody else is driving, I can't pay attention to the road. I have to be occupied like on my phone or something. I can't actually, I'm going to be like stepping on my brake that I don't got. Like I can't do it.
Because, I mean, it sounds like you developed a thing called PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
Are you up for, seeking therapy?
I want to do therapy, but I know that therapy can be something that could be used against me, depending on what you say.
You don't feel like you in a safe space,
No.
and it's hard for you to break down certain barriers in your life because you hold them in a sacred place in yourself.
Right. So depending on who you talking to, um, I don't know what their background is, and I just don't want anybody just writing diagnosis and prognosis about me on paper that could affect me long term. So that's one of the main reasons why I don't seek therapy for mental therapy. The second reason why I haven't had therapy is because I didn't have car insurance. So even though I got hit as a pedestrian, like I was just showing a car, right? But it's like, oh, did you have car insurance? It's like, no. And I feel like they didn't do a good job, like teaching me that they have victim programs and stuff. I did have a lawyer who dropped the case, so now I gotta find a lawyer who's willing to look into it.
The second case, he dropped it?
Yeah, so I went with a lawyer here in Philadelphia, and he dropped the case. So I think the end of August I found out my drug. I hit March. I signed on right away with a lawyer. The end of August I found out, like, yeah, we're not saying you don't have a case, but we're not taking the case. So it kind of like let me down, because it's like, dang, like I wasn't even mad that the person hit me, because I believe in my heart that they probably did not see me or think that they were going to hit me. But I have injuries, like I don't feel the same, like my body is not the same. But I'm excited. This Monday I have my first appointment for an orthopedic doctor
That's good.
to see, because the last couple weeks I've been experiencing a lot of pain, and I found out by going to the ER that I have mild arthritis, like in my hips and in my lower back. So I have to go get help. Like I have to.
When the last time you cried?
I don't really cry that much. I don't really cry about. Maybe the last time I cried was at the ER when I found out that I had arthritis.
Okay.
That was like a month ago.
Okay.
I cried because I was in so much pain, and I had to go from one hospital to the next because the doctor wasn't listening to me. He was like, oh, you have a UTI. I'm like, no, I don't have a UTI. Like, this is something else. Like, can you do imaging on me? And he refused to do imaging on me. This was at Roxborough Hospital. And I told him he was a bad doctor.
I do not go to the hospital. I went there for one thing, and I was left in a hallway. It was a crazy, crazy nightmare.
Yeah.
Sophie, my last question to you. All right. What is one thing that no one know, but they need to know about you?
I'm tired of being strong. I'm tired of figuring it out.
Sometimes you feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders.
I don't want to be an average statistic, but I feel like I'm not the same from being hurt just all the way around in my life. And because I'm strong, people don't pull up for me. Can I say this?
Go ahead.
This week, one of my close cousins, I called him on the phone, and he said such and such, she just killed herself. And I said, where you at? And I went straight to him, and she was like, I think 49 years old. His aunt, she unalived herself, And I went to him, and she was like a mom to him. So I was there. I learned that day that cops, they come in with a body bag, a blue body bag, and they will carry you and put you in a paddy wagon. And I never knew that cops did that. And I just felt like she had wrote a note. In her note, she was like, said her name. She said, I'm of sound body and mind. And basically it was just, she didn't even say why she did it. And I just was like, I don't want that to be me. And I seen her in that bed, because after they cleared it as a scene, you can go up and say your goodbyes. And I never met her in person, but I had to go support my cousin because it's just like death just keeps happening. And you know how they say check on your family members? But to be around somebody that you never met and actually see them gone because they left because they couldn't take it no more. She was in pain, and they stopped her dosage on her medicine. And she was on morphine. She had a spinal injury. And I was like, this is why I don't want to take this medicine. It's like I don't want to get addicted to these medicines. And I go every single day without no medicine, because I don't want to get addicted to not feeling pain.